a good thing that he did it. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing that he came up with the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. I say it's a good thing for the black community. It was something where we could have put our dollars together and do something great. You know what I'm saying? But it turned out it didn't turn out as great as we thought.
Not at all.
Which, you know, for the future leaders of the community, for the people that wants to do this in the future, this is the perfect example to learn from.
Facts.
You know, they got a lot of things that he did good, a lot of things he did wrong. So I think we can learn from both sides. But you know, I think we need to get into it. What do you say is the number one thing that he should have done?
I would say number one, it should have been a lot more transparency in terms of where the money was going to be getting spent. What was the actual plan for the funding, right? It should have been a bigger, like a more clear plan. I think a couple other areas where he made some mistakes is that it seems like he was the end all be all when it came to who represented the fund, who was behind the fund, who put the funding, who came up with all of the ideas. He was the end all be all. I think that's just a recipe for failure because that's a lot to manage as one person.
He had a board, I believe, didn't he?
Yeah, but the board just it seemed like it was placeholders and people that was just cool with him. You know, I didn't see any or hear about any movers and shakers that really got their ear to the street as to, you know, being able to make something like that profitable. I didn't see that.
Gotcha. Okay. For me, go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
So for me, I would say the number one thing is if you're gonna try something new, you gotta have somebody that has experience in that field.
Yes.
To help you through the way. So if I'm gonna do something new, let's just say I want to do a fund. I would never try to do a fund based off my own intelligence.
No.
I would never take people's money, multiple people's money without my own intelligence because, you know, you want to do right by people at the end of the day.
Facts.
And that's a lot of money to manage.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money to manage. That's a lot of people to manage. And if you don't have somebody with experience around you, really you need to have an experienced board, people that worked with funds before, people that, you know, worked with funds for years. You need to have them on your board. Whoever created the fund, they need to be a person that has hell of experience. And you need to have a mentor be a partner with the fund. If that was me, I would not want to be the sole owner of the fund. I want a partner that has multiple funds experience. And we can be 50-50 because it's not all about the face. Yeah, being the face of things is cool, but being the face of something that's not going to be successful, that's horrible.
That's facts. That's even worse.
Yeah. So, you know, anything that you do, if you want to be the face, there's nothing wrong with it. But behind the face needs to be fully experienced. Fully experienced.
Let's get to this video, man, because, you know, I want everybody to kind of get a general understanding of how this thing started, what it looked like when it started. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Beautiful. It was beautiful when it started.
Listen, my name is Byron, real estate investor out of Houston, Texas, primarily focused on the wholesale space, do a little bit of creative finance, fix and flip, new construction, new to the build to rent space. Definitely excited about that. With a bunch of great projects underway. And so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Oh, Neil, what's going on, man?
What's going on? O'Neal Parker, real estate investor, entrepreneur out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Been in real estate since 2016. Been a full-time entrepreneur since 2020. Been in construction business since 2020 as well. I got a new company, Elite Coach, so make sure you gotta check it out. I'm also an educator in the real estate space. If you want to learn more about real estate, how to scale real estate, how to get in real estate with low funds, or even if you got a lot of money, you can also check me out as well on leverage2wealth.com. That's me.
Man. So we got a lot to unpack with this. And the reason why I think this is important is because I think we need to approach this from a place of how can we learn from these mistakes?
We ain't bashing the guy.
No.
We just trying to educate how we can move better. That's it.
How we can move better.
Yeah. So let me ask you this though, before we even get started. So when you first heard of Tulsa Real Estate Fund, what was Byron's thoughts?
When I first heard it, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was excited. You know, I ain't finna sit up here in front like I wasn't excited, you know. Hold on one second. How did you feel about it?
Damn, bro, you kept that short, did you? I was excited. Well, I thought it was cool. I thought it was something great for the community. I was paying attention, you know what I'm saying? I was watching the stuff, watching the commercials, the posts. I was paying attention. I don't think I ever went to the Zooms or anything. You know, I was excited. I think it was something cool. But I was still nervous.
Why were you nervous?
Because I never seen Jay Morrison have true real estate experience. That's why I was nervous.
You know, and
like I'm talking about real real estate
experience. Yeah. So tell me this. I remember when Jay Morrison would do like the corner classes talking about real estate, right? Yeah. I remember the corner classes.
That was cool.
And so when he was doing the corner classes, did you not think that he was really into real estate at that time?
Yeah, at that time, yeah. Now before that, I'd say probably 2016, 17, 18. I thought he was that guy.
So you thought he really had real estate experience?
Yeah, but once I started listening and just watching his page, I was like, nah. Because, bro, if you're always in a classroom setting and you never at a house, that just seemed weird to me. If you go to a house in a 3-piece suit, that seemed weird to me. Like no real estate investors are going to a house in a 3-piece suit.
That's a fact. If you're trying to do deals,
I'm talking about houses. Not if you're building a skyscraper, some shit like that.
Yeah,
I could see you pulling up in a 3-piece suit because maybe you just left a meeting. You're in the middle of the city. You're meeting with investors. You know what I'm saying? But
let's educate the people real quick. What is the correct attire to do real estate deals when it comes to really being successful in real estate? Honestly,
bro, if you really doing real estate, you're in comfortable clothes.
You're in comfortable clothes.
You know what I'm saying? You're in a shirt like this. You may be in a collared shirt that's breathable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You in some joggers, some jeans. You in casual clothes for the most part. I have never seen a real no. Unless they're coming from church, events, stuff like that. They in and out. But every time, nah.
So
have you seen somebody pull up?
No, that is an unsuccessful strategy. I remember going to properties literally in scrubs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fresh out the hospital, going and talking to people in scrubs, and they loved it. They loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
So let's unpack that real quick. So you say that when you first saw Jay Morrison talking about it, and we're going to get to the grand opening video here in a little bit. Man, this thing is cringe. Let me tell you something. You believe you had sipped the Kool-Aid a little bit. You was like, you know what, man, they probably on their way.
I even bought a course. I even bought a course, man. I bought a course for a stack. That was the first course. I think that's the first course I ever bought.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you bought a course. When you got the course, what was your what was your like when you look back on that course? Was it a quality course? Was it?
Yeah,
It was a quality course.
yeah, it's quality course. It's quality.
Okay.
Oh, but I noticed another thing. He's a good talker.
Mm,
Anybody can regurgitate information,
mm,
but you know what I'm saying. They got people for that though. They have great teachers that never did the sport. They have great coaches that never did the sport. So I
yeah.
don't see nothing wrong with them educating the people, but I rather people get. That's just my opinion. I just rather people get education from people that's actually in today's business.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, if that's how you learn, man. As long as you learn, I'm cool with it, bro.
Why do you believe that it's so easy? Before we get into this video, because this video is it's something else. Why do you believe that folk like Jay Morrison, right, is so proud to educate on things that he has no direct experience on? And why do we accept that in our community more so? Or why do people accept it in general? Because I've it's not just a black thing. I've even in all communities, you have people who talk about stuff that they just don't have experience in, and people are open to listening to it. I don't get it.
Well, you got to realize what attracts us is lifestyle marketing. That's what he used to
Lifestyle
do.
marketing.
He used to be in front of big houses, in the rows, in the back seat. And we looking at that. Just like we talked about last episode.
Oh my God. So
if you showing the life that I want, I'm about to listen to everything you say. You got the right get. You got
so the lifestyle that somebody wants is more important than them having the experience necessary.
No.
Wow.
You got to think about it. If I buy something from this person that has the lifestyle I want, I feel that I'm gonna get the lifestyle I want because he got the lifestyle that I want. People don't think about the work that got to be put in. People don't think about the money that got to be invested. They think about it's an emotional purchase.
It's an emotional purchase. It's funny, man, because I go back and forth on it. I remember we would have these discussions with Diddy and a couple other people, and they would just talk about how, they like to, but Diddy really loves to wear, like designer clothes and all that kind of stuff. But we would go back and forth because, me and you, we kind of like, like I'm like almost anti,
Regular.
like, yeah, I want to be as regular as possible. Like I desire that. So like, even though I don't wear cheap stuff, like even the shirts that I wear, I buy them, I buy them from a company. It's a very high quality shirt. But I wear like
stuff that make me comfortable.
Yeah, stuff that make me comfortable. And I wear the same, like I'll buy like 100 different of these same kind of shirts, right? And same with my jeans. Not 100, but you get my point. And I do that deliberately because I like to kind of have like a
uniform.
Yeah, like a lower key. I don't want to think too much when I'm getting up and getting dressed. I don't want to think like that. So I just like to keep my life simple in that regard. But when we talk about stuff that works, right, and we talk about what actually attracts, that ain't it. I'm not the ideal candidate. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not the ideal candidate. Because I'm just gonna serve you up with a bunch of realistic game that I've really done. You know what I'm saying? Like that I really do. You know what I'm saying? Either I've done it or I do it. Like, and that's it. That's all you get. You get no fluff from me. Like, I'm just gonna tell you exactly what I do or what I've done. And that's it. And so, and I guess at my core, the way my integrity is set up, I don't know how to, I ain't set up to do too much more than that. Oh,
I'm the same way. Like, I feel weird if I try to talk about something that I never accomplished. Not for real. It's like, like if some people be like, man, you want to speak on this? I can, but I don't really have that much experience and I can speak on what I know. That's it. I'm not about to talk about things I ain't never done. I'm not about to educate somebody on some stuff that I read that I've never implemented. Bro, that's just, I feel fake at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, why I'm finna talk to you about some stuff that I have never done? How could I teach you something that I have never accomplished?
Wow.
That is fake, bro. And then once you burst my bubble, what I'm gonna say? Well, I read it and I told you. Now, what I'm gonna say when somebody got? Did he have a real life example of this situation that you're telling me?
Yeah.
Now look crazy. For real, I get like I just feel uneasy. Like if somebody actually something, I'll be honest, I don't have no experience with that.
Wow. Let's check out this grand opening. Again,
Is he a pastor?
This is the pastor.
Yeah.
This is the pastor. They had a lot of endorsements for this, and at the end of the day, people probably move for clout, whatever it may be, whatever their reasons is. And maybe people were really excited about it because I was excited about it. I was,
Yeah.
and if you watch this video, right now, obviously you'll cringe now, but when you watch this video, you'll probably be excited too. Let's look at what the proposal were, the promises were, right? And then we're going to look at what the reality of what the implementation of those proposals came out to be. Again, this is why it's so important.
She said
This
that's
is why it's so
right.
important to operate from experience and not theory. Because theoretically, guess what, I can go to the moon tomorrow, theoretically speaking.
That's a fact. I'm there.
Right?
Poof.
But when you ask a person like, what results do you have that show that you are capable of said theory? Blank. So let's look at this.
Today is the manifestation of our ancestors' daydream.
We need moments like this, times in history where we realize that we are all we need.
That the next step after civil rights is silver rights.
Now pause. So it starts out, the video is inspirational, right? The pastor is up here speaking, and again, it's speaking to all of the things that we love as a community. We love us a good pastor. We love us a good word. Boy, we love that, right?
We love a power couple.
Yeah, a power couple, black love, black excellence, all of these things, right? We like a beautiful picture, right? And again, we're figuring out a way to learn from this, right? But we have to look at the substance piece, right? So when we gonna listen to this, and I'm not saying that everything should be a detailed, substantive discussion, especially when you're talking intros, but I want you to pay attention to the lack of substantive, detailed explanation as to what we're preparing to do specifically to be successful. Did you hear anything yet? Oh,
no. I'm not gonna lie. This is a beautiful picture right here, though. Got the
it's beautiful.
Front. You got the couple in the back. Got the red ribbon going across with the logo in the back.
Got the black CIA agents in the back. You know what I'm saying? You see them?
Yeah, the security.
Them boys on their way. You better not move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful picture.
Yeah, them boys look like they gonna pop you. They gonna be on the joints, on the headphone joints, and all of that. Them CIA agents look like back there, ain't it? Boy, they on their way. Look.
If we want economic development, that's on my watch. And I said, well, what does a black Wall Street look like in real life?
They're celebrating and about to do a ribbon cutting on the Legacy Center in the great city of East Point. And looking at the number of people who have gathered from across the country.
Wow. So he's talking about economic development starts with him. Starts with him. My Jesus. So that's problem number one. What's the main problem with that?
Economic development don't start with him, it start with us. No, come on now. It starts with the proper education, man. Where's your money going? And just looking at this whole situation, where he put the money was a horrible economic decision. You bought a vacant commercial building with no cash flow.
No cash flow.
As people, investors, as he made that move, that should have been a red flag. Would you buy a commercial vacant building with no cash flow?
Nah.
In COVID?
Well, let me preface by saying this. I do got to give a little bit of grace here. The goal was to have businesses rent space in the building, right? And and this was 2018. This was, at the very beginning of when COVID kind of kicked off, right? And so just in all fairness, I would say,
2020.
huh?
2020 was when COVID kicked off.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, around that, so when they started, this was 2000 and what?
That's 2020, that video.
Yeah. So COVID, it was around the COVID time. So it was rough for a lot of commercial businesses like this, right? Because these are in close quarters. Now, here's the deal. So I've seen businesses like this be successful, but I don't know if this style of business would have been the best use of the land, right? If you would have gave people a little bit more separation, right? And I looked at the layout and the way the offices are set up, and it's kind of more communal style opposed to what's that?
Out of that big building, only like 14 offices.
Yeah, and it's communal, so it's not like
it's like a WeWork.
Yeah, it's like a WeWork. It's not set up in a way to where you really can go into your own specific office and do your own thing, and kind of it's set up kind of like a room. And at the end of the day, bro, you could get you a accountant, you can get you a lawyer, right, to do something like this, but you're not gonna get industry business, right, or any real business that I believe, not to downplay some of the smaller businesses, but you're not gonna get your clinics, you're not gonna get things like that in that type of business.
Now, I would say,
and those are the businesses that stay for 10 to 15, 20 years.
Now, I say this move that he did, I don't think it was a great move for the fund, because I think it was more of a ego move rather than a strategic move. Because the things that he was trying to accomplish is cool. You want to bring in black businesses all in one location, great. Do you need a 30,000 square foot building to do that? Hell no. So if that was his real goal, he could have bought a 5,000 square foot building, make some small suites, could have did like a salon suite type of thing, and keep it easy like that. You don't have to get a building that big to accomplish the goal that he wanted to accomplish. Fact. And I would say if you're trying to accomplish something like that, start out small, then scale to something big once you have the demand. You can't just go to big and not have the demand. That's just common sense as business.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Cool. The mission that he wants to do is cool. A co-working space for black business, cool. But you got to start off with $100,000 building, not a multi-million dollar building. Not a
multi-million dollar building.
No.
It's just unnecessary. This is the ego move, right? So I'm glad you say that, bro, because it goes back to the previous conversation that we had on Tuesday, talking about making things look good opposed to actually being good. And in our community, bro, it seems like we are high on the look of things opposed to the real, the fundamentals.
Nobody care about the real.
Nobody care about the real. And so, damn, bruh.
The look is the hook, man.
The look is the hook. So real quick, I want to do a quick poll, right? We just checked out maybe 38 seconds of this video, right? Anybody looking at this video that we've checked out before, if you feel that this video would have inspired you, be honest, would have truly inspired you thus far, right? Put a number 1 in the chat. If you feel like this was red flags all over the place, right? Just looking at this video, put a number 2 in the chat.
Keep it real now.
Keep it real.
I ain't gonna lie, this inspired me. What that poll at? Shit. I need to go look at the poll. What? Let me see. Let me refresh.
If you feel that this thing got red flags just from the intro, put a 2. If you feel like this is inspiring, put a number 1. Keep it real. Keep it real. Put a number 1.
Let's see if Ruby can put a poll up for us, man, so we can get the real. There you go. Boom. Now we talking about before you had all this education from no
Yeah.
identity. We talking about the 2022 you.
Yeah, the 2000
You know,
facts, the 2020 version. So let's play it. Let's get it back. Let's get it back. I'm gonna finish the video. Let's finish the video here real quick. Hold on, let me see how we can. All right, so let's play this.
Today in the great city of East Point, like I'm just like overwhelmed.
Of all the different buildings we toured and we tried to look for, God led us right here in the city of East Point, where 24% of the population lives below the poverty line.
These are your dollars at work. What happens is when you have people like Mr. Morrison and Mrs. Morrison with an idea to bring all of us together, a space where we can work together and be fundamentally wealthy. We are
So you mean
fundamentally wealthy.
fundamentally wealthy? Okay. If you feel inspired looking at this video, put a number 1. If you feel red flags all over the place, put a number 2. Put a number 2. Or I don't know if the poll is up. Or check into the poll, but it's up. Okay. Yeah. Answer the question in that poll. I just want to know. But here's the thing, though. The reason why this is so important, people, is because a legit fund, it's going to kind of look like this. Right?
Now, I will say this. I'm not big into looking up funds and all that, but I never seen a fund had like an event like this. Now, it's possible that they do. Maybe I never looked at it, but maybe they have. I don't know. Maybe events.
They've had, stuff, similar things, but here's my problem with this. Number 1, we have a legacy center, which is, for whatever, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, right? Like I do think starting smaller, right, would have been a better look, because ultimately you can build from something, right, and build it up, opposed to building so big that you can't fulfill. But at the same time, I also look at the fact that, you also dealing with the general public on the fund, whose perception, again, let's go back to perception. Most people don't understand real business. Most people, what's that?
So from the people that don't understand real business, this is like a great move.
Exactly.
Because of the big real estate.
It's a big deal. But people who understand business fundamentals know that, wait a minute, bro, you got to turn a profit there, bro.
So he was using the fund money to keep the doors open and operate, pay the light bills. Because you think about it, I don't think nobody was actually using it.
Nobody was using it.
So who was paying the mortgage? Because he bought it. This was from the other videos that I watched. He bought it cash, and then he refinanced it.
Yeah.
So where the refinance bread went?
So the pill method put in here, which is he had to look like their money was really working. My Jesus. He had to, keyword, people. This is the reason why I think we as a community have to educate ourselves on what real business looks like. The key thing was what he said was he had to look like their money was really working. Right? Regardless of whether or not the money was really working or not, he had to play the look. Like
if I wouldn't know no better, I would think it was working too.
Wow.
Wouldn't you though? If you
absolutely. but me knowing the fundamentals of business, I would be leery. I would be skeptical. But if I did not know, like, wait a minute, they really need to turn a profit. How many leases do they have in that business? Right? Right? How many businesses are utilizing that to transact real business?
He should have been Bro, that thing should have been booked every weekend. I'm talking
Every-
about baby showers,
Or
weddings.
just had it full with businesses renting from that space. So my thought process immediately is, if you don't have folk lining up to rent out these spaces, you already behind the 8 ball.
It should have been his own investors. You know what I'm saying? But I heard they had some type of issue with that. Like, he was, nah, you can't come in, or it's closed, you know. But I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard.
Let's go back to the video. Because this is important. Because when we get to the breakdown of what really happened, opposed to what they were planning, oh God, it just gets more cringe after this. Let's check this out. Let's see here. Are we able to pull up the video? Let's pull up.
If y'all enjoy today's content, man, make sure you hit the like button, man. Don't be stingy with the like button.
Yeah, gender reveals. Yeah, they were wilding out. All non-income producing events. Non-income producing events. My Jesus. Let me see if I can put the video up. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right, here we go.
Standing in that new age Black Wall Street. And not only will we start here, but we will have multiple black houses, multiple
black houses. My Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple legacy centers. Look at this.
legacy centers across the nation where we will create jobs and boost the economy in communities that serve people who look just like us.
So we should be very proud of the accomplishment that the folks here have done to get this building up and cut this ribbon.
Let's not let this be the last investment that we make together, all right?
Go back wherever you come from and tell everybody, king and queen, two people who really love.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like this king and queen, like, you know, like,
what's wrong with that,
man? Bro, because at the end of the day, it's like it ain't about them, bro. Like this a fun is about what you are specifically investing in. And the Black House was not the major source of what the revenue, like what was supposed to be the revenue producer, right? So if the Black House, like, why are we building legacy centers if we don't have any income coming in to support said legacy center? Now, if you're going to invest some money in some real estate that is an asset that produces income.
Yeah.
Not in something that looks.
Yeah. They was going for the look, dog. Because it looked beautiful. It does. So you got to think about it. We ain't been breaking it down all the way. So he bought a vacant building. Then he had to renovate a vacant building. They wasn't black on first. They painted it black. That's a lot of money, bro. Commercial, 30,000 square feet. Bro, you doing contracting? How much you think that costs?
Bruh, a lot of money.
So he probably wasted easily probably 1.5, probably more than that. I think he on the outskirts of Atlanta, so it's a little bit cheaper, but he probably wasted 1.5 on the purchase, probably another close to $1 million on the renovations.
Yeah. And then what's so cool about it, bro? Here's the thing, you know, me just knowing how contracting works and how all these things work, it's no telling how much money. And then understanding how his ego is potentially set up, he probably lost money even in the building process.
Yeah,
because most people don't get it right on their first go around with the contractor. Let's just keep it real. Most people don't get it. I know I didn't. I ain't finna front. I had a couple contractors come through and run the okie doke on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. So I can only imagine with him not, doing that on a consistent basis, bro, how many L's he probably took even in the building process.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I got another question.
Yeah.
Looked amazing, looked good. Why didn't you invest your money into it? Did you even think about it at first?
I did think about it.
So when you were thinking about it, what was the thoughts going in your mind, and why didn't you do it? Because it was only $500.
It was only $500. So, because I'll be honest with you, when I was thinking about investing in it,
How much money you was thinking about investing?
I was thinking about investing just the minimum. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. It wasn't because I wanted a return. It was because I just wanted to support what they were doing. And I was, I did not look at the fund as something that I was expecting a return from. I didn't believe that he was going to be able to deliver. I'm gonna just keep it real. The reason I didn't, bro, is because at that time I was really in real estate. And when I really got into real estate, I started listening back to the way he was talking about real estate. And I knew that he was speaking theoretically and not from practically. I knew immediately because the things that he was saying were so basic. And I'm just keeping it a beam, bro. Like the things that he was talking about was so basic that anybody who has flipped deals, took deals from beginning to end, you will know that that's not how the business really works. But what he was good at, right? Because he did inspire me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Before I really knew the business, I was inspired by his teachings. So I'm glad that he actually did what he did. But what I do also have to preface with saying is that I could tell that he does not have a lot of boots on the ground, real life real estate experience. I literally, listen, I have people in some of my mentorships that have done probably more deals than him. Easy. You know? And so I just didn't trust that his what was your thought process? Listening back to his, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real though. You know, let's have an honest conversation.
Yeah. So first I was like, it sounds good. Let's think about it. So I never invested at all. And then I started thinking, 8% ain't nothing, dog. So why the hell put $1,000 to make 8%?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like, nah. And then like same thing with you saying, like, I know this man ain't got no experience. It sounded good, but that's the thing. He makes everything sound good.
But here's the thing. I'm not moved. I'm not the type of person that's moved by sound good conversation.
Yeah, me neither.
I am a very logical, factual person almost to a fault. Like even with, you know, and people get pissed off with me, you know what I'm saying? Even with the Diddy situation, right? And not to bring him up into the situation, like, which I don't give a damn about allegedly, right? But you got to tell me something other than how you feel.
What the facts at?
You gotta give me the facts. And so when I'm listening to this video, I'm not hearing facts. So immediately I'm thinking to myself, okay, so what am I specifically investing in? What you have to tell me what I'm investing in specifically. I don't want to hear nothing about no legacy and you know, and black generational wealth. And I don't want to hear that, bro. I want to hear, if I give you my money, what am I getting in return specifically for my investment? If you could tell me that, we could work. But let's continue this video. Let's continue this video. Because this is
us, and they are dedicated to our success and to the solutions that will actually help to heal the Black community.
Wow. So they're dedicated to the solutions. What solutions?
What solutions?
What solutions? Did you hear some solutions?
No. I'd say the whole 3-minute video, 2-minute video was like, this is a hype video, really.
It's a hype video. And I guess an intro is supposed to be a hype video. Maybe.
Gotta have some substance in it, though.
But tell the truth, though. Are you giving him your money?
No.
You're not giving him money. Based on this video here.
Oh, me personally, like I said, I'd probably be thinking about it because so I'm speaking from a person with no experience. A person with no experience, this video would attract me for sure. Well, how you think he got all the people over there? That's most people that had no experience or no real estate experience.
Wow.
That's people that never did no deals.
Never did no deals.
Now I would say they had a lot of people there. So I would say 95% of people never did no deals. Now some people did. They just want to support him like what you said. But majority of people ain't never did no deals. Majority of people that invested was lower income.
Wow.
Highlight
Wow.
tape with no highlights. Let's get to the next video, man.
Let's get to the next video. Oh man.
Who know this guy? Boy, he been on Jay
Dear
Morrison
Tulsa
neck.
real estate fund investors, it is with a heavy heart that I must
Hey,
inform
before you
you
play it,
of the
hold on real
imminent
quick.
closure.
Yeah.
So Julian Gordon is the top investor in the Tulsa real estate fund.
Yes.
He invested the most money. So he took the biggest loss out of
Out of
everybody.
everybody.
So let's hear what he got to say, man.
Hold on one second. I want to give a little bit more since we giving it. He
We got
also
to-
has invested in other black funds that have been successful. Chris Senegal happened to be one of the ones that he invested in, and he got a return on, right? And I wish Chris Senegal could have made it here today, because I do want to highlight the fact that, listen, this ain't got to be all bad. It's been other black successful funds where people made their money back plus got their return, and all of the great things happen. But here's the difference. Man, this is so important. This is so important. The difference is Chris had a real project to invest in.
He got deals you can go walk up to. Addresses.
Real dirt.
Real sticks.
You feel me?
So
So,
take the Texas assessor.
so look, let's continue this on. So
He raised money too on his own, Julian Gordon. So
Yeah.
he got experience.
here's the thing.
Good evening. Dear Tulsa real estate fund investors, it is with a heavy heart that I must inform you of the imminent closure of the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, also known as TREF. Today, the Legacy Center, which is also known as the Black House, was listed for sale. This is the fulcrum that Jay Morrison has been avoiding because it solidifies the sinking of the TREF Titanic, an embarrassing performance of the fund and him as its sole manager.
All right, so let's pause, man, because this is so bad. Look, we just went from a complete inspiration of all fluff. All fluff.
We talking about $11 million.
And the only thing he had in that intro was fluff. Feel goodery. Let the pastor speak. Let him tell you amen. Let him get you excited. Tell you a bunch of feel gooderies. No deals.
No results, no HUDs, no facts,
No results, no HUDs.
no bricks,
No bricks, no deed.
no dirt,
Come on now.
no cash flow.
No cash flow. No
return.
previous, no prior performance, bro. Come on now. Listen. At the end of the day, you have a laundry mats.
I think you were about to say gaslighters.
You have laundry mats that make money. They don't look as beautiful. They don't have good, beautiful intros, but they make cash
hella
flow,
money.
right? You have car washes that make money. You have office buildings that make money. You have apartment complexes that make money.
Single family houses.
You have single family houses that make money.
Apartments.
When
Storage facilities.
when you're giving people your money, and I'm just speaking for somebody for the next investor. Again, we saw two examples. Julian Gordon invested in both. He invested in Chris's deals, right? Where it was an actual properties, and he invested in this particular deal where there was no properties. One big property, all based on one man and his wife, maybe. Inspiration, hope of them being able to get something done. Again, listen, it goes back to the facts.
Mm-hmm.
We have to become a more fact-based community when we are sending people our money. Where's the results? I don't want to hear about your theory. Where are your results? And then we will copy and paste your results.
Yeah.
Not how you feel. Not what you think is possible. Not what you read is possible. Where are your results?
Hey, they said a big one. Did he own his own home before the fund?
My Jesus.
No, sir. No,
The
sir.
fund bought his
The fund bought his home. I'll say another thing, man. He was getting paid too much to be fund manager. Bro, why are you paying yourself with no performance? Me as a fund manager, I would feel weird paying myself knowing the company ain't bringing no money in. I wouldn't even want to pay myself until we produce a profit. Yeah, profit come in, I'll take 5%. You can't take money out the fund and ain't producing no money.
But again, it wasn't about producing money. None of what we saw in that intro video was about producing money. It was feel good. It was about legacy. It was about kings and queens.
It was like a movie, really.
Yeah, it was a movie.
So really, guys, you know what I'm saying? Moving forward, if you invest your money with anybody, you want to see facts, you want to see receipts, you want to see HUDs, you want to see the actual product, house, commercial building, whatever, go from messed up to beautiful and producing cash flow. If you can't get all that, then something's weird. That's like giving your daughter or your son $200,000 to go build a house, and they ain't never built a house before. Does that make sense? They ain't got no experience, no education. Son, go build a house. Here's $200,000. What you think they're gonna do with it? For real though, it's like that's what it is. You giving somebody money with no experience, and you expect the results.
Man, let's continue this, man.
Because they made you feel good.
Because it made you feel good, but you felt good. Oh, you felt awesome. We got to get out of this. How do we?
No emotions.
Yeah, like again, you know, and I hate to bring this up. But I have to bring up the parallel because it's a very similar parallel. Even though it's ugly, you know. Again, I don't like Diddy, but I have not heard the facts.
Yeah.
Right. Listen to what I'm saying now.
You're not a fan of Diddy?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of, you know, especially all of the alleged things that I've heard. It's disgusting, right? I'm mortified by the allegations. I'm mortified by the allegations, but I'm not finna say just because I'm mortified by the allegations and because I feel a way, that means that the allegations are true based on true
your
evidence
feelings.
And fact.
You're not letting your feelings drive your decision.
I'm not letting my feelings drive my decisions. It's either you got evidence that proves that this is true or you don't. Point blank, period. If it's facts, let's proceed with a criminal case. If it's no facts,
leave the man alone.
Leave that shit alone. It's real simple. With this particular fund, you either have a project to specifically invest in or you don't.
That's it. I don't care about what you gonna do to black community, all that.
Yeah, all that kings, queens. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, legacy, you know.
Leave that out of it.
Take all of that out. Can we get to the fundamentals of business?
Can we perform?
We perform? Am I missing something? Oh, come on, let's talk to me now.
Not. Real business people ain't trying to hear no hype video, man. We're trying to hear numbers, projections, and a plan. That's it. I ain't trying to hear all the hocus pocus and you want to be the new Malcolm X. Hey, bro, you do that on your own time. Now it's not right here. You know what I'm saying?
This is crazy. Let's get to it, man. Oh, God.
Hey, so often people ask me how to get in real estate, how to get started in real estate. Look, I have a mentorship group. I have live classes that I usually teach. It's usually from an hour to 2 hours, depending on the subject we're talking about. I teach from 12 weeks to 15 weeks. All right. If you're interested in my mentorship, text wealth to this number right here, and I'll send you the link directly to the website. If you're looking to go to the next level, I got you. The classes are live. You can ask any question you want. I'm here for you. And I'll see you on the inside. Peace.
Yes, indeed.
Hey,
Yes,
man,
indeed.
y'all might want to check that out. I heard it's
Absolutely.
it's pretty good. That's what I
Some
heard.
fire. Some fire.
Got facts and receipts.
Facts and receipts. It ain't glammed up. It ain't glammed up. Yo, you won't be pulling up in the Bentley. Let's look at this, man, because I really want. We got to see this thing for what it is. Look, let's pull it up.
Despite our collective hopes and efforts, the fund's financial situation has deteriorated to a point where liquidation is the only viable option. As the lead investor with $40,000 at stake and a fellow real estate developer, I've been closely monitoring the situation and conducting extensive research into the fund's operations, which can all be found at www.tulsarealestatefraud.com. That's
Oh my God. That's a fraud.
Listen, he put up $40,000, which ain't a ton of money for an investment. Shout out my guy Darby in the building.
What's up?
Not a ton of money, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? This thing is getting liquidated, in my opinion, right? Matter of fact, why do you believe this fund is unsuccessful? Oh, and then I want to get Darby in on this after that.
Well, number one is ego. He got a huge ego.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, no experience.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, he's paying himself from the fund that's not producing. So, and bad investment. So he bought a building that has to stay open. You have to run the AC. You got to run the water. Bruh, the monthly expenses on that joint got to be 15 bands minimum.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? Minimum. So we do 15 bands from 2020. 15 times 12 equals 180. 180 times 4. That's 720,000 right there.
Wow.
That's just on operating the building. You know what I'm saying? That's not other things. He paid himself, I think maybe, I don't know the percentage, but I know it's over $1 million a year. So that's another $4 million gone. He had to rehab the thing. He had to buy it. That's another $2.5 million. So the money just keep going down. He bought his own personal house, rehabbed it out of that. That's money gone. So bad choices, no experience, no guidance, no help. And I think overall his ego got him to the level where it's at.
Well, the fund was based on ego, right? I mean, they didn't have no specific thing that they were investing in, right?
Yeah. I think after he seen it going south, he should have used that money to invest in mentorship, use the money to buy another partner that got experience. That's what I would have did. If I seen it going south, if I know if I raised 11.2 million or whatever it is, and we got down to 8 million, and I have no results, I'm gonna take that money and go get somebody else to do this, and I'm gonna just be on the board. Or I'm gonna be the face, and they running everything, and I let people know, look, I didn't have as much experience as I thought, so I hired this guy to come in. We're now partners in the fund. This is introduced and whatever. This is his plans of action moving forward. Boom. I fully support what he's going to do. I hope you guys fully support him as well. Let's move it forward. Let's make this money. It's that
Just
simple.
like that.
But I think his ego, his pride would never allow him to do that.
Wow. That is disgusting, by the way. Darby, what's your thoughts on this? Why do you believe this thing it has failed?
I would say it failed on a multitude of things. He sold a dream. He was selling dreams for a long time. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was selling a dream for a long time, but he just wanted to be the Malcolm X in the dream. The thing is, though, he sold people on just like what y'all saying, kings and queens, we need to do generational wealth. That's such a triggering word to me now. Because so many people use that now, and it's just like, all right, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, we get it, but how y'all trying to sell it is terrible. And then he sold to the people who related to him, as far as I don't know nothing, but I know where I want to go and I know where I want to be. But the thing is, though, you know, people was putting money into pots that had a hole in it, and that hole fell into his pocket. You know what I mean? And where his success came from was just like, he's a great salesman. That was it. He's a great salesman to the people who related to his quote unquote struggle in life. Because I'll be honest, man, I was a fan of him in like the early, like 2013, 2014. Like that was one of the first black people I seen that talks about real estate. Now he ain't had nothing to buy then, but he just talked about it all the time. I seen him on YouTube, and I was like, okay, cool. I want to be like him, but he didn't have no substance for me to follow. You know, now we're in this age now to where real estate became popular in the black community and it became digestible to where we can actually take action. Now he took that second wave and just sold people what I was saying yesterday or the day before is that, listen, he sold a lot of dream without no action. No, that was it. And people bought into it because he could talk that talk. And, you know, he put on that street form, like, oh, you know what I'm saying, I'm from the street, but look at me now, I got nice suits and stuff like that. People bought the suits and bought the Ferraris, but not the product because he didn't have a product to sell.
Wow. So the fund is liquidating, right? He can't afford it. They placing the black house up for sale. Let's listen to this, man. This just gets more and more disgusting as we listen. Let's just listen to this, man.
Tulsa realestatefraud.com. Over the past year, I've made numerous attempts to communicate privately with Jay Morrison, the fund's manager, to address concerns and seek clarity on the fund's status long before it got to this point. However, my requests for meetings were repeatedly ignored, leaving me with no choice but to share my findings publicly to ensure that all 15,000 investors worldwide are informed about the actions of the fund's management. Based on the limited information available from the fund's outdated SEC filings and a recent investor call on April 2nd, 2024, it has become apparent that Jay Morrison is proceeding with the liquidation of the fund. The decision is a direct...
Pause. See, let me explain something, man. Right? It's a word called integrity. Right? It's a word called integrity. This word is very important. Now, for us to hear about the black house being for sale by anybody other than Jay Morrison himself is utterly disgusting.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because he is promoting it.
Bro, listen to me, bro. This dude came out with a beautiful intro. When he was asking you for your money,
he was straight.
Listen, you couldn't take him off of a camera. Now that he is having to liquidate,
he
can't even tell you, be man enough and tell you, listen, I'm selling the black house because we can't afford integrity.
He's a capital performer of being a narcissist. He can't take that downfall like a man. He can't take that downfall like a man. You know what I mean? And we understand, like as black people, we understand. But you sold a dream, and you sold hope to people who didn't know what hope really meant financially, right? So now,
hope and financial ain't the same thing. Matter of fact,
but this is what I mean by that. He sold hope in the financial dream, like, hey, you know, if you get this, I promise you're gonna get back, and we're gonna make you, you know, financially wealthy, so on and so forth. So we, as a hope, we was like, hey, listen, I don't even know what was the minimum fee you can get in with, like $500. You know,
and finances just don't go together. I need a real plan.
Yeah, of course. To the logical people who actually know how to run a business or has business sense, right? But y'all gotta also think. I think when he started promoting this was also around income tax time. So people started to say, hey, you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of money. I can go ahead and put this money into that. You know what I mean? Like he sold it very elaborately. I'm seeing older folks dressed to the nines on the grand opening and everything. Oh, we raised this much money and so on and so forth. But then it was like after about 30 days, it kind of died down and no action was taken about. And then, oh, we're going to do the Black House. And the Black House was supposed to be like a co-op. You know what I mean? He was giving people tours and everything. And that was it. Like it really looked empty for a long time. It's like, what we touring? I need to see people working and so on and so forth.
Andrea just put in the chat. She said he is placing the house up for sale. We're gonna get to this too. After he refinanced and pulled over $1 million from it. My Jesus. Let's listen to the rest of this video because this is something. This is something.
Result of the fund's near bankruptcy status, driven by mismanagement, excessive operating costs, and questionable investment practices. At his last State of the Union address on August 11, 2023, the fund only had $575,531 in cash, which has likely been depleted by now. The Legacy Center, aka the Black House, which was owned in cash for a better part of the 6 years, was refinanced, which allowed Jay Morrison to extract another $1.5 million from the fund to cover significant operating losses and his sizable management fee.
Sizable management fee.
First of all, he pulled money out of the property to rescue a failing business and to continue his lifestyle. Now, here's the thing, bro. And now he's selling the Black House. Bro,
It's going to still in the market in a minute. That's commercial real estate.
It's commercial. In a time where commercial is just not popping like that.
Especially not the office building.
So he really gonna sell that thing like a desperate seller.
Yeah, probably 2 years from now.
That's if he don't sell it for half the price.
But he got a mortgage.
He got a mortgage over
He
$1
trying
million.
to clear the college. He probably trying to clear the mortgage. That's it.
So they gonna lose money.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna get to that. Oh man, this is so disgusting, boy. Let me tell you.
What's your thoughts about this, man? Put in the comments. Put your comments in there. Or join the live if y'all want.
Yeah, join the live. I want to get some honest feedback. So let's put this up real quick. See if we can hear this out. Because I want to hear this out. Because I want to dive and unpack a lot of this. Let's see.
As investors, we must confront the harsh reality of this situation. The probability of recovering our investment capital is exceedingly low, and the fund's remaining assets are insufficient to cover its liabilities. The most egregious violation appears to be the purchase of Jay Morrison's personal residence using the fund's money through an anonymous LLC, as well as a one-sided agreement for the adjacent 27 acres of land, which he will personally own and retain for his family when the fund shuts down and cannot act on the fund's right to develop on that land.
My Jesus.
Whoa, the paperwork ain't working. So he bought land in the fund. He bought
a house
in the fund, and he keeps it personally. Whoa.
And he did it through a different LLC.
Anonymous
LLC.
Well, that's nuts, boy.
And what's so cool about it, my guy's still up here teaching, like, bro, like he got all the answers.
Is he still teaching?
Bro, he's still teaching, bro.
Credit life insurance, though.
What? Swear to God, bro. I told y'all the other day, man. If you see people pushing courses more than they showing product, dog, scam likely.
But he been a course pusher. He ain't never been in the house.
Bro, hey, to keep it a bean though, here's an even bigger problem. When he was, I think it was like 2015, but he was up on CNBC as a realtor in Jersey. You know what I mean? Walking houses, luxury houses, and stuff like that, and looking like a successful realtor. And then he'd be back on the ground doing whatever. So he had the workaround. That's the thing. He had to work around. So that's what really stole people because he was on national television doing real estate shows and stuff like that. So with all that backing, it looked like he was doing stuff. But I mean, as time progressed and I got older and I started learning, you could pay to be in magazines because I know people who pay to be in these foreign magazines. You can pay to be on TV and so on and so forth. I'm like, it's crazy. Like the media want that.
Pay to play.
Andrea put a great question and she said, I would like to understand the structure of the fund, right? And what can be done legally when you have a manager such as Jay because they made SEC complaints and it appears what he did was legal. That is a fact. Yep. Okay. So here's the thing. Again, we opened up this conversation by saying a couple things. A legal, good, profitable, sound fund will look very similar to what Jay Morrison did. Now, I'll be honest with you, it may not look as pretty. It may be specific to whatever the investment is, and sometimes not. Sometimes it's not specific to the investment, but it will have a specific focus. May not be as elaborate, may not be as beautiful, may not be as dressed up, and the pastor coming to speak to you. You may not get none of that in a real fund. But a real fund may have a lot of the similar workings of what Jay Morrison put together. But let's look at what Jay Morrison did, right? He has a failing fund that's not performing, right? He's not doing anything to produce income with the money that he is receiving, or not enough income with the money he's receiving. He is instead using a lot of the money in marketing and promoting himself.
Not even the fun.
He is self-promoting him and his wife, respectfully. And he's also taking the funds and doing questionable things by taking the funds and putting them in his personal house. He getting personal houses, personal land with the funds.
The salaries. You didn't even talk about the salaries.
Big salaries
of the board
for him and his wife.
They're getting money with no results.
With no results.
Like, when you fire somebody that worked for you that didn't produce,
bro, you gone.
You gotta fire yourself.
Out of there. You got 90 days. He had years.
So here's a couple things that we got to look at, right? Number one, we need specifics on funds before we give our money to anybody. Number two, we need to, when you have a board, that we need to find out what kind of power that board has to make decisions.
Kind of experience.
And what kind of experience is on this board, right? But because at the end of the day, a real board would have already fired Jay Morrison a couple years ago.
Long time ago, correct. A real board wouldn't approve them decisions of him to buy his personal residence. A real board would approve for him to buy the land with no plan.
At all.
A real board wouldn't approve of his salary.
A real board probably wouldn't have approved of him even building the Black House without having some tenants.
A real board would have asked for his resume. They wouldn't even hire him. They would have asked for his resume.
Oh,
that's
a lot of red flags, boy.
Hey, what have you done? Why are we making you the fund manager?
Why are we making you the fund manager? Because you speak well. Because you're baby Malcolm.
Because you talk with his hands like this. Hey, because I could do this at Black Wealth, and like he talked with his hands like he out there. Yeah. But y'all remember when he went live on Instagram at the post office mailing those $2 checks?
You know what I'm fearful of? Like, you said he's into insurance and what else?
Credit cash, and life insurance.
Let me explain something to y'all, man. When you see folk going from I'm the real estate guy to now I'm the crypto guy, now I'm the stocks guy, Now I'm the
or
insurance guy. That's a fucking red flag. That
Huge.
is the definition of a red flag, because guess what? It is very arrogant to assume that I am successful as a real estate professional, and now I'm going to go into a completely different industry and I'm going to be great at this completely different industry. Red fucking flag. Flag on the plate. It don't work that way. Do you know how long it takes for people to understand and master a specific craft?
Oh wow.
a long time, 10,000 hours.
So you mean to tell me so you a master at this, and now you finna go into a completely different business, and I'm supposed to believe you? And you don't have no track record, no proof of success at being able to pull this off successfully, and I'm supposed to believe you? Pause.
I swear for Lord. If you get that man your social security card,
he go. No results. Another thing people got to look at is the people that he started with, where they at now. The people that he had businesses with, where they at now. How many lawsuits that man got? Hey, bro, none of his business partnerships ended well. Isaac Grace, Roberta Hosky, Will Roundtree, Beyond Win. The list goes on, bro.
No track record of success.
Bro,
not
nobody
documented.
seen that man walk through one abandoned house. I ain't seen that man walk through one abandoned house. Not one construction worker.
All right. Let's hear this out, because I wanna, because this guy actually invested. He's actually been on BOB a couple times and talked about this last time we had this discussion, and everybody was like, let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see. No, man, I'm telling you, man, this is fraud. It's not good. Alleged. We were allegedly speaking at that time, right? But let's look at what he's saying. Let's look at what he's saying.
While the TREF subscription agreement granted Jay Morrison significant control over the fund's operations, it doesn't absolve him of his fiduciary duty to act in the best interest of the investors. The evidence we have compiled strongly suggests that he has violated this duty through self-dealing, misappropriation of funds, and gross negligence. To address these issues, we have filed numerous complaints, hundreds of complaints, with the SEC, or Securities and Exchange Commission, and the Fulton County District Attorney's Office.
Pause. I want to highlight something real quick, because I want everybody to understand something, right? So number one, he gave himself a lot of unilateral control over this fund, and that's the way the paperwork was drafted. Again, he's a king and a queen. These king, we talking kings and queen. You can't question the king and the queen, folks. This is the reason why I am leery when we talking about theory and not facts. When we talking about feelings over facts, I'm leery. I'm very leery. The reason why, this is so important is because we get caught up in the wrong things. See, we allowed him to have unilateral control over a fund with multiple 8 figures, not multiple 8 figures, but 8 figures in this fund, right? We allowed him a unilateral control because it was based on feeling. Kings, queens, legacy, Malcolm, what else? Generational wealth.
All the trigger words.
All the trigger words. You mean to tell me this guy raised $11 million, $11 million plus dollars
in fast
over generational wealth buzzwords? Talk to me, man.
Well, no
Talk
facts,
back to me.
No
Come on now. He raised all of this money from you over buzzwords, feel gooderies.
You killing me with the gooderies. But he got him, man. And us as a people, we need to stop being so over emotions.
I'm trying to, bruh, this man really wasted $11 million get to walk away scot-free. But that is crazy.
White collar crime, boy.
Boy, that is crazy, bro.
That's that white collar crime.
But
You
technically,
ever,
it's
you
not
ever
even a
thought about
crime.
that? That's $11 million just poof.
He haven't committed a crime. That's the crazy thing about it. We want it to be a crime because
But
of
it's
how
not.
we feel about it.
The paperwork is right.
But the paperwork allowed him to do this. This is what I'm trying to break down.
The
The paperwork
board allowed this to happen.
The only thing we can do as a community is
complain.
publicly promote what we're talking about right now and shame him publicly so he can't continue to do this to nobody else.
That's it.
That's all we can do. Legally, he did not do anything wrong. This is the reason why we have to think beyond the feelings, think beyond the feel-gooderies.
You know the bad part about this though. So go ahead on there.
So moving forward, we should not be making decisions off of feelings.
At all.
At all.
Facts. If it make you feel good, cool. Put that shit to the side, and you got to look at the results, the facts, and the proof. That's it.
That's
if
it.
they ain't got that, move on, bro. Move on.
The thing about it though.
The thing about us though, man, we want to feel good, want to look good. Put that shit to the side, man. Go ahead, Dublin.
So the thing about with Chris Senegal, like Chris Senegal, 100% legit, right? During this time, he was, I think, during the downfall of that period, I think Chris Senegal was actually promoting to raise funds as well. And what happens is, if we find one bad apple from the tree, we walk away from the whole tree as a people. We's like, nah, we ain't gonna even try to do that because one person got us. So now we look at it as, oh, if one of our people got a fund, remember having it with Jay Morrison, now all of our trust is gone. So the people who's actually doing it legitimately got to work twice and 3 times as harder to prove that they legit. And it's unfair.
Very.
That's the business that we in, though, man. That's the business that we in.
Yeah.
But before we continue, man, let's look at ET and Don, man. Don really doing it. Don really changing lives. He got
in real life.
He got facts. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple people on multiple levels that went through Don's program that paid off some debt. So, you know, if you want your free savings and earnings report, you want to pay off some debt, want to pay off your house, want to pay off some credit cards, you want to pay off your car, you know what I'm saying? And leave a better legacy for your kids.
A real one.
Check out Don, man.
Listen to me, y'all. But one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down for my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.
Listen, instead of spending your money with Jay Morrison, go and spend it on that mortgage of yours.
Well, check out ice10k.com.
Absolutely.
We stamped it.
Yes, indeed. And get that free savings and earnings report. That way you can get a better grip on your own personal financial situation. This is important. Yes,
oh
indeed.
My God. Why they saying all the J's, man? They talking about Jay Massey, Jay Morrison, Jay-Z. What Jay-Z did, man? What's going on?
I don't know, man. If you find out, you better let me know.
No J's.
Secret. No J's, bro. I'm done with them J's. Yeah, let's listen to what he got to say.
However, the lack of transparency from these agencies has left us uncertain as to whether our concerns are being properly investigated. The DA's office in particular is currently preoccupied with very high-profile cases, which may delay any action on our behalf. In terms of our next steps as investors, many people want to do a class action lawsuit. But class action lawsuits are primarily for going up against big companies that have a lot of assets to draw from on their balance sheet. In this instance, family, there are very few assets to recoup in the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, so that would be a waste of time.
Pause. All right. So this is important.
Wow.
It's another reason why any address of this is gonna be futile at best, because it ain't no money there, fam. The money gone.
You can't sue nothing if they ain't got no money.
You can't sue nobody that ain't got nothing. And he didn't already took the money that he had in there. He put that in his house, right? And he didn't spent that in high management fees and in that house. Now here's the thing, though. Here's another thing, though. Oh, I'm leery because he got a lot of house to maintain, and this how karma work. How else is he gonna be able to make him the money to maintain what he got? He gonna lose that too.
Well, hopefully he paid cash for the house, so he just got to worry about them taxes.
But taxes ain't cheap on that big of a house, and on
I
that much
don't
land.
think his house that big though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he got no big house. Not from what Tony the Closer showed. Nah, ain't that big. So he's got to pay. You may pay $3,000-4,000 in taxes a year. That's it.
Yeah, man, this is just so disgusting. So, here's the thing, man. Listen, he has been able to raise money, right? Through, education primarily. And that right there, bro, I think this hit to his credibility. You never know. It's always going to be somebody out there, but I just don't see how he rebounds from this successfully and is able to sustain the lifestyle that he's been able to create.
Honestly, I think he will, though, because you got to realize social media is always bringing new people, new faces.
That's true.
So, people that never heard of him before, they see him, they be like, oh, man, this is the guy I've been looking for.
New victims.
You know what I'm saying? You got to realize, like, when he's doing his marketing, he's probably marketing to a whole different audience.
That's the reason why I think videos like this are so important. Like segments like this, and I think what Julian is calling for in terms of exposing him, I think it's very important, because we don't need this guy to be able to go out and, number one, teach on stuff he has no experience on. Right? That's number one. I think that's just,
that's fraud.
Yeah, that's just, yeah. And then on top of that, continue to, subject other people to the same kind of potential fraud.
Mm-hmm. At the same time, it's showing other people that it's okay to go the route that he went. At the same time,
I hope that enough exposure will make those people second guess that decision.
You got to realize, if they chasing a bag like that, people going to do it regardless. Scammers going to scam.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't care about how people look at them.
They got too much pride. But like, if I was one of them people that got up so high where my ego made me broke, I had to go get a regular job. But they got so much pride that they got to keep going after it.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to live in that lie. That's what makes them a narcissist. They got to live in that lie. They got to live in that lie that they're successful, right? And they don't want to humble themselves and be like, you know what, I did wrong, get a regular job. Because we've seen so many people who was killing it at wholesaling. They was doing it and so on and so forth. But then when the market went down, they start selling Amazon.
Start selling
Amazon.
Bro, them Amazon, when I start seeing that, and I'm talking about, it was a couple people that was like, oh, no, not you too. I thought you was cool. People I knew personally. Talking about $20,000 to set up, $30,000. If you got $30,000, who got $30,000 to set up an Amazon store?
Yo, that's crazy, bro. Like,
the returns. That's what people looking at. Crazy.
Yeah,
returns.
and next thing you know, they get no store, or the store got banned for Amazon. They ain't hearing back from them. It just keeps going on and on. And I'm sitting here just like, how is these people really falling for this? Because they almost make you question, like, damn, I could pretty much sell to a slaughter. Like, what we doing? And it's us that trying to do it legitimately, where we're trying really got a product because we really got results because we're really doing the work, and they giving us the side eye because we ain't pulling up in a Rolls Royce or a Ferrari that's rented. We're pulling up in a Toyota Corolla or a Toyota RAV4, maybe a BMW, because we ain't really on the glitz and glam, but we got results. We own a neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sometimes I wrestle with myself because I'll be like, yo, like, you know, bro, you know how many events I done went to, bro? I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I didn't, you know what? I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, I am gonna do that.
No, you say
I be like, yo, I be looking at folk, bro, that I know they bank account. You understand what I'm saying? I know they bank account, but they look better, bro. Let me explain something to you. These people be having, bro, I'm talking about multiple thousands of dollars in outfit. And yeah. I know that they bank account don't reflect the outfits, don't reflect the vehicles. It just don't.
Gotta look good.
You get what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's ever gonna change. I think that's just a part of how we set up, bro.
Yeah, it's a culture thing.
It's a culture thing. It's an ego thing. Mm-hmm. And I see it all the time, bro. And I look at it and I say, damn, okay. All right. So this just is what it is, bro. Like, who am I to argue? Who am I to ruin the party, bro? And a part of the reason why, funds like this are able to exist and unilateral control of funds like this is able to exist is because, bro, like at the end of the day, I think a lot of us are driven more so by how things make us feel, right? Yeah, than the sound fundamentals of true business and investment. Yep. And so the good thing is, one thing about me, and I'm not saying this is not to pedestalize myself in no way, but I am a very logical, fact-based person, and that benefits me sometimes, and sometimes it don't benefit me. But for the most part, it does keep me safe from situations like this, because you got to show me some results, right, before I'm just really believing what the hell you got to say.
Right.
Period. Okay. Sound good. Show me how it's working out for you.
Let's see what you got. What you account.
Show me the results that you've been able to achieve that backs the advice you're giving me right now.
With your name on the documents.
Yeah. Show me that. And a lot of times, bro, it's funny. I was having a conversation yesterday. We was at the office and we were talking to a guy that wants to help us with some social media stuff, right? And the first question that came up, bro, like, yo, like, so who...
Don't tell me that man got 900 followers. Don't tell me.
No.
Hey, bro, they be the social media marketers, man. They got 1,200 followers. How the hell are you gonna tell me how to grow my followers? And your shit ain't growing.
Yo, listen, but here's the thing though. But he kept it real though. He kept it real. He said, look, that's not what I do. Right. He said, I do this specifically. And then he gave some examples of the people that he's been able to help. And he was able to prove real results. Right. But that question got asked though. Right. And I think why are we afraid to ask those kind of questions?
Did you get that it made him uncomfortable in any way, or he was confident?
Yeah, he was uncomfortable as hell. But he answered some questions. So why do you think we are afraid to ask those questions?
People may not know what the right questions are. So what question did you ask him?
Who have you been able to help get these specific results?
And let me see their back end.
Yeah.
How you did it.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So with all this advice you're giving me, you know what I'm saying? Like where has this advice been proven to be successful? And, he was able to provide that. He was uncomfortable with the dialogue, I could tell, but he was able to provide that. And listen, that goes a long way. I can respect you. I can respect that you are saying what you, it's just like me, bro. Like, so say for instance, I tell you that I'm looking to do some new construction, right? But I ain't put up my own money on some new construction. You understand what? And been successful at it before I tell you that I want that. Huh? Let's talk about this. Wait a minute. Am I weird? I may be weird.
So why would I risk my money if you can't risk your own money?
That part. That part.
So you expect me to fund your dream and you can't fund your dream.
Oh God.
Y'all wild, boy.
These are uncomfortable questions.
Oh my God. But a lot of people get uncomfortable to ask those questions.
Because they feel like they're not qualified to ask those questions. But at the end of the day, if somebody's propositioning you for funding, right? What is your number one goal? You want to see a return on what?
The investment.
And so if I want to see a return on my investment, what's the most important question to ask before I invest?
How am I get my money back?
Number one.
I need best case, worst case. If something happened, what's next?
What does how am I gonna get my money back have to do with you being baby Malcolm? Come on, Darby, help me out. What does me getting a return on my investment have to do with you talking about you want to see people with generational wealth?
He'll answer the question, but he'll dance around the answer.
Yeah.
He'll dance
Somebody
around
help me
the
out.
Oh man.
It sounds good. That's what it is.
It sounds great.
What does me getting return on my investment have to do with Pastor Jamal Bryant telling me about Jesus?
Hey, you notice he did that shit dead. He don't use none of that no more. Jay Morrison, aka Young Malcolm, that's gone. All the fluff is not needed. But that's what he used to attract people, though.
Fluff work.
Young Malcolm, generational wealth, break generational curses. That's what's attracting people because people like what Malcolm X did.
Black Lives Matter. He used that too. He was heavy on that.
Oh my God.
It was during that era. It was during the George Floyd era.
Yeah, he's doing all the marches and all that.
So you mean to tell me
you're on the front line? I'm on the front line.
On the front lines.
Why you not in the house?
Working.
Like you travel across the country to go on the front line to defend the man, but you can't even defend your own.
Matter of fact, come off of the protest street and go get into a house.
You ain't never seen him take a picture in the title company.
My Jesus.
We got a Najee in here, man. I want to hear what Najee got to say. Let's see if Najee free to come in here, man.
So you mean to tell me that I'm investing my money and I'm uncomfortable asking, where's the track record that you have that says that you are able to provide a return on my money specifically?
Mm-hmm.
Are we uncomfortable to ask that question? Oh,
I would be uncomfortable to send my money.
I'm uncomfortable with your discomfort with me asking that question. Because if I can't ask that question,
and you
then
spit
I'm
out
uncomfortable.
And you spit out a direct answer. Don't give me the runaround. That's a problem. That's a red flag.
So the reason why this is so important, folk, this conversation, is because the truth is, listen, Jay Morrison, the Treff Fund, all of these things, this is not going to be the last one we see. And I would be devastated if we turn our back on the next viable fund that pops up just because of what Jay Morrison did.
Yeah.
You are not going to work your way into financial freedom. You got to risk your way into financial freedom. You have to invest your way into some level of financial freedom. Your amount of hours in a day will never outcompete your ability to let money work for you. It will never happen. Nobody that is successful has made it purely off of just working for hours. It has to be a high leverage point in order for you to be able to make a massive bag. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have high earners, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of leverage that's in there to be able to create that opportunity.
Yeah, most people that have big companies and big things, they never did it on their own back.
No,
a
lot of leverage.
Yeah.
And so I say all that to say this. When we're looking at making investments, we're going to have to go back to the fundamentals. And this is not a guarantee that you're going to ever win. You still may lose your money. But you definitely don't want to invest in a fund that gives unilateral control to a king and a queen.
A young Malcolm.
Yeah, young Malcolm. You don't want to do that. Not unilateral control. You definitely want to invest in a fund that a board is stronger than the king and the queen.
Yeah.
You definitely want to invest in a fund that has a focus on what they are specifically looking to invest in to create a return, specifically on your money.
And they gotta have experience.
And have experience in being able to, and a track record.
Gotta have a track record and experience in the things that you plan to do. If you don't have experience, somebody on the board or your team better have high experience.
Let's listen.
And that'll be a smart play.
Absolutely.
In light of this, I believe that our best course of action is to mobilize our collective voice and draw attention to our plight. I'm urging all TREF investors to record short videos sharing their stories and experiences with the fund. By posting these videos on social media and tagging the Fulton County DA's office, which is at Fulton County DA, we can put a human face to the thousands of individuals who have been negatively impacted by the situation. If you're willing to join in this effort, please structure your 1 to 2 minute video as follows. 1, state your name, city, and profession. 2, share how much you invested. 3, explain why you chose to invest in the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. 4, express your feelings about the fund's collapse amidst one of the greatest real estate booms in history and how your money was used to purchase Jay Morrison's personal residence and the surrounding 27 acres, as well as to line his pockets through management fees and questionable deals with his other companies. And 5, clearly state what actions you would like the authorities, the SEC or DA, to take, given that the fund remains very little assets to recoup. I'll pause for a second so you can take a screenshot of this. And I encourage you to.
Julian trying to take this man down.
But what results are they going to seek, though?
What'd you say?
What results are they seeking in this class action lawsuit? Because if the DA goes after, what results are they trying to seek? Jail time?
I think I think they may be able to, they may find something, you never know, but with all the attention, right? I think it's more of attention. Right, they want to put an eyeball on him, right? And at the end of the day, bro, shit, or Darby, if I send the feds to your house right now, they gonna find something. You going to jail for something, Darby?
I don't know.
If they look around enough times, bro, they gonna find something illegal going on over there. Oh, some way.
They got playing something on me to make it illegal, dog.
They may do that. You never know.
They may do that. You never know. You just never know. So what I'm saying is, I think it's more of an appeal for attention on the matter, and I think enough attention, bro, will definitely result in something going on. But let's continue to check this out real quick.
To record your video as soon as this
because I want to get to something he says
while it is top of mind. The more stories we tell, the harder it is for them to ignore us, and the more likely it is that an investigation will take place and justice will be served. It is crucial to emphasize that this is not a personal vendetta against Jay Morrison, but rather an attempt to hold him accountable for his actions as the fund manager. To whom much is given, much is required. We
Facts.
entrusted him with our hard-earned money, and he had a responsibility to manage it with integrity and professionalism.
Which he didn't manage it with integrity. We know that because if he would have managed it with integrity, he would be the one talking about how the black house is being sold right now instead of we having to hear this from Julian. Why are we hearing this from Julian, bro?
Because he the number one investor, and he been reaching out to Jay Morrison.
But why are we not hearing this from Jay Morrison himself?
You got to realize this man, Julian, reached out to him multiple times, trying to help, asking, can I help you? Jay ain't want to accept it, bro.
Ego.
That's it. Like, this man been reaching out to help. He don't want no help.
Wow.
He not about to have no speech, man, because his ego too big. He don't want to be labeled as a failure, which he is, but he don't want to. That's my opinion, though.
Don't want to be labeled as a failure.
Hey, bro. If you look up the Legacy Center in Atlanta, they got it's called Event Venue and Shared Workspace. They got a 4.5 star Google rating, 148 reviews. They got pictures, look all good, parties looking all good. They got the wife looking all good, speaking and everything on her news.
Wow. Let's pull this up real quick. Let me pull up this video.
See if you can look up how much it's for sale for, dog. You don't mind?
Yeah.
All right. But they could have really did something with this place, man. They could have really did something. But
if they would have got with somebody who has experience in making something like that successful.
I'm about to say, he should have brought a company in that's experienced with event spaces. If you want to lease out the event space, bring somebody in that's experienced with event space. If you want to do co-working space, bring somebody in. Partner with somebody that's experienced in co-working space. That's it.
Bruh, said give up 50%. Give up more than 50% of control of the value of it, and call it a day. Like, bruh, if you put your ego to the side, you could be successful.
Highly successful.
Yeah,
he could have easily brought this $100 million in assets.
100 million.
Let's listen to this real quick.
Unfortunately, the evidence suggests that he has failed in this regard, and we are now forced to bear the consequences. To my fellow investors, I understand your pain, anger, and frustration you may be experiencing right here, right now, in this moment. It is easy to second guess our decision to invest in the fund, but we must remember that we believed in a vision of group economics and community development that was greater than one individual. We could not have.
See, that's key. You see what he just said right there?
It's greater than one individual.
It's always greater than one individual. Matter of fact, an investment ain't got to necessarily have anything to do with an individual in general.
It shouldn't. It's about the asset.
It's about the asset.
And the results.
It's about the results.
That's it.
Wow.
I've foreseen the level of mismanagement and deception that would occur. As we navigate this difficult time together, I encourage you to focus on your own well-being and financial recovery. Do not allow this setback to define or deter you from pursuing your dreams and investing in the future. We must learn from this experience and use it to become better stewards of our resources and advocates of our community. To those who have remained silent, yes, you know who you are, or enabled Jay Morrison's behavior, I implore you to come forward and share what you know. This is not about personal gain or vengeance, but about ensuring that justice is served and that others are not victimized in the future, especially by Jay Morrison. Remember, when Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme collapsed, 5 other individuals were convicted with him for their involvement. We know who you are: LT, MF, JP.
And this is my issue. I'm like, yo, just put the names on
it.
Put them names on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not them initials. Put the whole name on that joint, because in the era of transparency and exposure, sometimes you just gotta expose folk, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go and expose them. If we serious about it.
I wonder if he's talking about the board.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, just put them names out there, bro, because people need to know who potentially hiding information. Or am I tripping?
No, you ain't tripping.
You ain't tripping at all. Nah, I mean, because you saving somebody else from being victimized.
Facts. Yeah, let's expose all of these people, man. Like, let's pull them out. Like, I like to turn the lights on the roaches. I want the lights on for the roaches.
You want to see it running all over?
I want to see the roaches moving, man.
They're going to scatter.
Huh?
They're going to scatter. That's it. They're going to scatter.
MMTOTB.
See, I don't like
Last
that.
but not least, EJ. Your names appear on the fund's website in addition to the SEC filings, and you are in photographs and videos. I urge you to come forward with what you know and clear your name before any potential investigations commence. EJ,
See, this is my problem. I ain't gonna lie to you. I respect Julian, but it's like, yo, like, how you gonna ask folks to expose folk, and you stutter stepping on exposing folk, but you want me to put my chest out there. You want me to run out there with my weapon for battle, while you tucking yours. Now, player, if we go into battle, I need everybody with their guns drawn, man, or I'm looking at you sideways. Yeah, you can't tiptoe with battle, bro. You can't tiptoe with battle, bro. If you go into battle, bro, what are we tiptoeing for, bro?
Right.
How you looking at your people, Darby, if I'm going full guns blazing and you tiptoeing?
Stand on that front line.
Come on, bro.
Morrison's wife in particular, we call upon you to provide proof of payment for the 50 plus hours you spent using the fund's podcasting studio to record your It's Negotiable podcast. With the going rate for studio time in Atlanta at about $75 per hour or more, we demand transparency on whether you have been using the space for free. The money is negligible, but if there is no evidence of payment, it further highlights Jay Morrison's lack of integrity and effort to make the fund successful. The people deserve answers, and this manner is non-negotiable. It is bitter irony that the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, named after the tragic destruction of Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, by a white mob, has been burned down from within by a Black man who exploited the legacy and the resilience of our ancestors for his own personal gain.
Wow. Exploited the legacy, right? That a lot of Black people died, bro. You gotta understand, bro. A lot of people died in Tulsa, Oklahoma by the hands.
What that got to do with this, though?
But it got a lot to do with it. Because
Not really.
Because but here's the thing, though. A lot of this is the thing, bro. It's manipulation.
Yeah, it is.
It's manipulation of our trauma. It's manipulation of our history as a people.
Yep.
And it's utilizing the trauma. It's manipulating the trauma that we experienced in real life for your own personal gain. That's disgusting.
A little heartstrings.
So you mean to tell me you're going to take our trauma, something that happened to us that we regret, to raise money on as your base premise? You know that real people died in the Tulsa raids, bro. People really lost property. People really lost legacy for real. They really lost. And you gonna use this
personal
to
gain,
pull on people's heartstrings for your own personal gain, and you don't have the integrity to stand 10 toes and let us know exactly what we lost, why we lost it, and what we invested in. You a bastard of a Black man.
Ooh.
Damn. Yeah.
Hey, so I went on the website. I had to go to the website after he said that. They got a few deals. It ain't many though.
I think if you Google it, if you looked on LinkedIn, they got some of the employees up under there, but I don't know if these are actually the employees.
That's all the deals. So you gotta look at the profit. $2,400 transactional funding. $9,800 transactional funding. $2,700 transactional funding. $2,600 transactional funding. Man, oh my God. All these transactional funding deals. Come on, bro. Long-term loan, expected ROI 56%, 31%, 41%. Loan, interest and fees, 60,000, 22,000, 46,000, 42,000, 40%. Bro, I don't even think we had $1 million yet.
We ain't even close. Are we even at? Did we hit 100 in terms of income?
100 what? 100,000?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Because actual income is only profit. Profit. Expected. See, you got expected right here because of long term.
I don't care. I don't even want to hear expected.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear expected or equity.
Yep. So probably a little bit under 20,000, probably.
A little bit under 20,000.
Quick numbers.
My guy made $20,000 with $11 million.
How many years?
6, I think. Let's see what else this website got.
And I bet some of y'all's mentees made $20,000 in a month.
I posted yesterday.
Shit, Clark.
Somebody made $20,000 on one deal.
One deal. We talking about 100,000. Yo,
God damn.
They can do this. They can run their own fund.
Man,
be careful.
I want to connect them names, man. I must have went to the wrong website.
Let's look at this real quick.
This is a painful reminder that we must remain vigilant in protecting our communities from those who seek to take advantage of our trust and aspirations. Unfortunately,
this guy made. Hold on, wait a minute. Pause. I'm going back to this, but this guy made less than $30,000 with $11 million movie. Yo, man, wait a minute. You know what? Stop the damn bit. Look, man, this guy made less than $30,000 with $11 million. Are you kidding me? And he's paying himself a salary and he's bought himself a house with these results.
Transactional funding.
Come on, bro.
Your transactional funding business probably made more money than that, huh?
Facts. What are we talking about? I don't even do this full time. I lend money, bro, like on the side. What are we talking about? Like I do that just for fun. Come on, bro. And I done more transactional lending than this dude, bro.
You got 11 million?
No. Come on, bro.
Got to be more careful, dog.
Oh man. 11 million.
Let's figure this out.
Are not kinfolk. To the investors who may be experiencing feelings of shame or embarrassment, I want to assure you that you are not alone and you are not to blame. It is natural for your friends, family, and followers to question your judgment in the wake of this crisis, but I urge all of them to refrain from saying things like, "I told you so," or attacking your intelligence. We made a good faith investment in what we believe to be a promising opportunity for our community. The fault lies with those who abuse
I gotta stop. I gotta stop there. Listen, I'm not saying that I wanted the Tulsa Real Estate Fund to be successful. Me personally, I wanted it to be. Yeah, when I first heard it, I wanted it to be successful. It was very inspirational, right? And it was very, it made you feel good, right? I didn't invest in it directly because I was looking to make a return. When I did think about investing in it, it was more out of support and it was going to be considered more like a donation. I'm being completely honest. And the reason why I was going to consider it a donation is because I didn't see any business fundamentals that said that I was going to get my money back from an investment standpoint. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop basing investments on how we feel. right? And base investments on fundamental business, period. But let's continue this. Let's continue this
Hey,
real quick.
hold on.
Yeah.
If you wanna find out those initials that he was naming off of the employees,
Yeah,
it's
let's
on
do it.
LinkedIn. It's on LinkedIn.
Oh, you want to pull it up?
Oh, I don't know if hold on. I just looked up on
Pull it
Google real
up.
quick.
Let us see it. Or if you can, put the link in the private chat. We can bring it up.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, I want to know who the initials are. Because they part of the scam too.
Leon Maven says the caddies gave each other nicknames. Tommy Burnt Biscuit Bennett got his from an accident.
Yeah, let me play this real quick. Hold on.
Trust, not with us for having faith in the potential for collective economic empowerment. We invested in the right asset class, which is real estate, with the wrong asset manager. I'll repeat that. We invested in the right asset class with the wrong asset manager. $11.7 million could have and should have been leveraged into at least a $40 million real estate portfolio after 6 years.
That's
Unfortunately, this particular fund has went bust in the midst of one of real estate's greatest.
But I gotta keep it
As
real.
we move forward,
I never heard of any major investments, and I'm gonna keep it real. I had conversations with Jay, right? I had conversations with Jay. Jay did reach out to me, right? Personally, from the, needing help on the, from the real estate investment side of things. He did. I ain't gonna lie to you. He reached out, and but the proposition that he put together just didn't make sense for me at that time. It didn't make sense for me at that time, and I did not believe in the vision that they were proposing, because I just didn't think the fundamentals of the business were sound, and so I declined. And at the end of the day, bro, this is unfortunate. A lot of people have lost money as a result of this, and you're not most likely ever going to get that money back. You're not getting it back.
Nope.
What's your thoughts on this, though?
I dropped the link, by the way.
Okay.
I'm trying to log in my LinkedIn. I don't know
mine either. I just Googled it.
Okay, I think I found it. So what you're saying, Byron, man, is true. Like, you're not gonna get your money back. So expect them expectations. Don't have the expectation of you getting it back. But you should be expecting, how can you grow from the situation? How can you learn how to vet who you invest in with? So at this point, don't expect your money back. Just learn how can you move forward and learn how to move with new investors in the future. You got to ask the right questions. You got to get results. You need to see what kind of experience do they really have. And there's nothing wrong with investing. Like Julian said, you just got to invest in the right person.
Yep.
Like, this shouldn't stop your investing journey because one person made a mistake. You should trade lightly, of course, but don't let it stop your investing journey. Because working a job and not investing is going to take you a longer time to reach the success you want to reach. So you just got to pick out the people that's really doing it, like a Chris Synagogue. You can go to his properties. You can pull up to his property. I'm sure you can hit him up at any time. And he going to actually talk on the phone with you or whatever. So that's what I'll say. What's your thoughts about that, Darby?
I just stand on it, man. Just watch people how they move. Just watch how they move. Ask the hard questions. Because I'm very conservative when it comes to donating money, giving money, and stuff like that. I'd rather you tell me, I'd rather miss out on a good opportunity than jump in head first and lose out on it, and then wait for the opportunity again if it was legit. Oh, because I'm not about to just really give up my money easily like that. And they catching people at a vulnerable time. I'm not that gullible. You got to show me 10 times that you did it 10 times for me to be like, you know what? Okay, I got you. Bet.
Well, at least you can go back if you do lose your money. You can say, "Look, I didn't make a stupid investment."
Right.
I'm just keeping it real.
Exactly. I love, trust and believe. Doing this wholesale stuff, man, it's not easy because you taking a risk every month. You taking a risk every month. You only eat what you kill. If you ain't killing nothing, you hungry. You hungry, dog. I done burnt money on, speaking engagements. I done burnt money on software. I done lost out. But that don't mean I quit. But I know the concept works. It just that part of it didn't work.
Yeah, you got to see what worked for you. Not every system, not every marketing works for each individual. Either.
Right.
Yeah, I can't find the people on LinkedIn. I wish I could.
Yeah, we got Kinfolk in it. What's going on, Kinfolk? I don't know if he really here or not.
You said you can't find the people on there?
I would say this, man. I would say this. At the end of the day, again, I always like to preface by saying, a good investment, a good sound investment is going to look very similar. And so I think where we do our due diligence on this better is that we are going to just have to look for more specifics. Going to have to look for track record. We're going to have to make sure that we understand the dynamics of how the board is set up and functioning, and make sure that, one person doesn't have unilateral control. Matter of fact, if you hear anything about a king or a queen, you hear anything about a baby Malcolm, generational wealth, all this, so, look, man, just, I ain't gonna say generational wealth is a bad word to use per se, because it's not, because you can set up certain real estate deals that can produce generational wealth. This is a fact. But I do believe that we gotta look beyond just these buzzwords and look for specifics. So
those some of the people on there, because I remember some of the initials.
Initials KP, KS,
MM, JH.
You and out towards Will Clayton Parkway.
What's going on, Kinfolk?
Tell me about it.
What you think about this?
I just hopped on, man. So.
Oh, you don't know what's going on. You just on here.
Yeah, I'm listening in. See what's going on.
All right. So I would say this, man. At the end of the day, we just got to do it. Huh?
This was entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, it was for entertainment purposes only.
I'm trying to learn from it. That's all.
Yeah, we don't, it's all alleged. We don't have
allegedly.
We don't have all of the facts. But what we do know, is that thing is going to go up for sale. and that we heard about it from somebody other than the person that is putting it up for sale. And we do know that they pull money out of that situation. Right. And that's not a good look. So, any parting words, man, before we get up out of here? Oh, what's your thoughts?
Man, if you don't be scared to invest. Investing is cool. Just do your due diligence, do your background research, ask the right questions. If you don't know how to ask the right questions, get with somebody that does know how to ask the right questions. Bring them in with you on the meeting. And basically, you're interviewing that person to give them your money. You got to ask the right questions. You should ask for receipts. You should ask for results. You should ask for who they previously worked with, and contact the people that they previously worked with. Call them up on the phone. Ask them the right questions. Ask them how the experience was, etc. That's what should we be doing. I know when people are interested in my mentorship group, go talk to them. Don't ask me. Go talk to the people that actually been through it, because I don't sell my own stuff. I let the people that actually been through it sell it for me. That's my thoughts.
Yes, indeed. Darby.
O'Neal said it all. But I would say, honestly, if you're interested in something, go read for yourself. Read some books. Do some legit studying. Go meet somebody who actually done it. Walk through it. If they, like I said, and I always say this, if they push some more courses than the product, they show you the product, they ain't doing the work.
Yeah. I rock with that. I rock with that.
That's it.
Hopefully y'all, hopefully if you gain some value from this, put a number 1 in the chat after you hit the like button. Matter of fact, after you hit the like button, if you gain some value from this conversation, put a number 1 in the chat after you hit the like button. We need them likes to go up. And the reason why I feel like, listen, we got to expose this stuff. We cannot keep this stuff a secret. It is embarrassing. But at the end of the day, we got to expose it. We got to overcome it. We got to learn from it, right? Again, you are not going to just work a certain amount of hours and work yourself into financial freedom. It's not going to happen because at some point, you're not going to be able to trade hours for money. You're going to need your money to make some money for you. And so we have to learn how to invest properly, right? We have to understand the concept of leverage, right? We have to. We don't get a chance to not do that if we want financial freedom in any regard, right? And that's not going to be easy. Whether you take on the reins yourself and do it yourself and invest for yourself, that's not going to be easy. You're going to have some stumbling blocks to overcome in order to get to the end goal. But at least you're in the game. And if you decide to invest with somebody else, instead of you investing your own in your own deals, you're going to have to understand how to ask the right proper questions to make sure that your investment is sound. And so, at the end of the day, all investments are a risk, massive risk. And, you have the potential to lose your money as a result of that. But it just is what it is. You're never going to be able to achieve anything beyond what you are right now without investing. So you got to learn how to do it right. It's just that simple.
That's it, man. That being said, like the videos, you can share it to a few friends. Make sure you go on ice10k.com.
Get your savings and earnings report.
Savings and earnings report. You need the number 1 CRM system in the game. Go taskify.com. You want to make your business a lot easier. You want to send people texts, emails, follow up, calendars, all that. You can even post on your social media from it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody put a little message, you can go straight to your CRM so you can keep all that intact. If you need all that, go to gotaskify.com, get your free demo. Again, ice10k.com, your free savings and earnings report. Go check that out. And that being said, we out, man. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
What's up, y'all? So most people struggle with sales. A lot of us in real estate, and we struggle with our sales. We struggle with follow-up. We struggle with leads. And we just basically missing out on deals. For me, I just got on Taskify CRM. They send messages out for you. And look, a lot of us have work. When you get off of work, you have hot leads ready for you. Make sure you check out Taskify CRM. I'm telling you, it automatically replies for you. And look, it sends you multiple messages. Like we're talking about drip campaigns, so you're not missing out on the lead follow-up. So make sure you check out Taskify CRM. Use coupon code NoStingyEnergy to get 10% off. I'm about to show y'all inside my CRM so I can see how it really works. Make sure y'all check it out. Peace.
Bye.